All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to part two. Thank you guys for being here. If you are new, please go do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. If you're returning, please make sure you hit that like button and share with wherever you can. Okay. So if you have not seen part one of this video, go back and watch that from yesterday because I'm going to start right from where I left off. Okay. Now, after her death was ruled aside, police spread misinformation to the press in order to deflect attention away from the very sloppy work of the Philadelphia Police Department. Now, Sam Galino supported changing the manner of death from homicide, telling Osborne that if it remained a homicide, someone could be unduly incarcerated and or wrongfully charged. Police claimed that a doorman was with Goldberg when he broke the door down, but that was not the case. Now, this is what the police said. Quote, "It doesn't seem like anyone else could have been in the room to inflict those injuries other than Miss Greenberg herself. And that is how I came to the conclusion that it was a suicide." The doorman, Phil Hanton, actually submitted a signed statement saying that he was not there and he never left his post as he was the only one on duty. So he was not with Sam when Sam supposedly kicked in the door. Cameras in the building also showed that Hanton did not go upstairs with Goldberg. So he could not have been there with him when the door was supposedly kicked in. Goldberg told police that he had now check it out. Here was his story. Okay. Here's his story. That he had gone down to the gym, which was downstairs in the building, in the same building. That he had gone downstairs to the gym at about 4:45 p.m. But he could not, when he returned a half an hour later, he could not get in to the apartment because the door was locked. And he said that's when he had to kick it in and found her there. Half an hour. And he was downstairs at the gym. Okay. Moving on. Fun fact. Well, we'll go over that fun fact in a minute. So Osborne had also said that he took a piece of Ellen Greenberg's spinal column and walked it over to the Children's Hospital to neuropathologist Lucy Rourke Adams and said that she had looked at it and determined that the spinal cord was still intact. So indeed, Ellen could have inflicted those wounds herself. However, Lucy Rourke Adams, the neuropathologist, has no memory of that happening whatsoever, has no memory of Osborne bringing her this spinal column. Now, Galino also had his reservations on if Osborne actually took this in. So Galino didn't believe. So he had it looked at by an expert who said that Ellen would have had to have been already gone when that stab wound happened due to there be no hemorrhaging around the area, okay? Meaning she would have already had to have been dead when that particular wound was inflicted. Obviously, she couldn't have done that herself. Now, she told Galino about her findings, and he ordered her to not write a report or otherwise record her findings in any way. They instead concealed her findings, allowing a murderer to remain free. However, about a month or so later, the expert that Galino had look at it came forward and said, well, after doing a little bit of thinking, I think maybe there's another reason that there was no hemorrhage, and she possibly could have done it to herself. So she changed her story. A crime scene analyst hired by the family noted that Ellen had been moved. Her body had been moved. She was found seated on the floor, right here, propped up against the cabinets. yet a streak of coagulated blood ran in a horizontal line from her nose to her ear, meaning she would have had to have been moved. Now, here's another fact. Greenberg's body was also covered in bruises on her arms, her abdomen, and her leg, and they were at varying stages of healing, which seems to support and point to the fact of physical abuse over a period of time. Now, Ellen's friends had said that she was having to go to Sam for things that she couldn't make decisions on her own. She was having to go ask him if it would be okay or ask him if it should happen. Kind of like you see in a controlling abusive relationship. Now, if she was covered in bruises at varying states, and she was also seeing a therapist, and whatever information was written down in that journal that they refused to give back to her parents, whatever's written in that journal, I'm going to guess, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say all signs point to Sam Goldberg, the fiance at the time. Now, he walked away scot-free. When he was questioned at the after she was found and everything, not only did they not take his clothes, right, even though he had blood all over his hands, they believed his story. When he was questioned about it, he was questioned by non-homicide detectives. Why would that be? Because police failed to do their jobs in this case so miserably that a murderer walked away scot-free. Fun fact, Sam Goldberg is now a married father of two, working, get this, as a film and TV producer in Manhattan. He married Caroline Faye Schnee, the daughter of well-off real estate agents. They were married at the Plaza in New York City, almost exactly 3 years after Ellen Greenberg, his fiance at the time, was brutally murdered. Police did such a terrible job at investigating this case. Not only was it just not done, but then they tried to conceal the information that they had that points to homicide. They tried to get rid of it all, squash it all, bury it under the rug. So these findings that were not made public. Why is that? Who are they protecting in this situation? Who are they protecting in this case? Because it wasn't the victim who was found slaughtered on her kitchen apartment floor. They wanted to say that she inflicted these wounds on herself. Now let's just go through these pictures real quick. This is where she was found. This is the 3D of each wound mark and where it was, where each stab wound happened. You try holding a knife in your hand, a 10-inch knife, reach in behind your head with your arm and jabbing yourself. This is physically impossible for her at her height and her size to be able to do this. There was massive amounts of evidence that pointed to this being a clear-cut homicide. And it was all concealed. Here's 2 of them, right in her brainstem. She wouldn't have made another stab move. Let's just say that she did it herself. Okay, let's just say that for the fun of it for a second. Once this was done, or this one by itself, she wouldn't have been able to make another stab wound. Yet the knife was found jabbed in her heart. There's the knife. Now, here's the lock on the inside of the apartment after he had claimed that he kicked in the door. It's not even damaged. It looks like there's barely any damage to it at all. There's him with friends 2 years before this happened. There's him now with his wife and their child in a 2017 Facebook photo. That's his wife and his wife's father. And there's Ellen. Greenberg's parents, Joshua and Sandy, have spent the 13 years since and hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to reverse the death certificate change to homicide or undetermined. There's Greenberg and Sam. Ellen's parents, Sandy and Joshua Greenberg, tell dailymail.com that they have a mountain of evidence to prove that their daughter was murdered. Goldberg told police he had gone to the gym downstairs about 4:45 p.m. and couldn't get back inside the apartment when he returned only a short half an hour later. Now, let's just go with that for a second. How long do you think it would take to inflict 20 stab wounds into a person? How long? Because I feel like it would take longer than people think it would actually take. All right, now I do have Ellen's autopsy, which I want to go over with you guys in the morning. I would like to do that one as a live just because there's so much to go through. But I do have a poll up on my community page. So if you want to do it as a live or if you would prefer an upload, just go over there and vote for me and we'll decide where we go from there for tomorrow because I do want to go over the autopsy. Ah, man, you guys gotten a lot of videos from me this week. Okay, but definitely let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading that light. I will see you all next time. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe.